Listener, have you watched my stupid little special? I've been reading a lot of your comments, you specifically podcast people who don't really like comedy, but you like podcasts. And everybody's saying, I didn't know what to expect. I loved it. Rude that you didn't come in expecting that it was going to be good, but I'm glad that you liked it. So if you've been afraid of stand-up comedy, which I know you tender little bottoms, oh, you tender little bottoms, so scared of stand-up comedy, go watch it. It will heal your soul for stand-up comedy. I'm finally able to say this is a good-ass special, and the internet has received it the way I intended it. So that makes me feel like you're going to love it. And if you want to donate to it, if you loved it, maybe give me $1. I'll give $1. Can you guys tell I'm happy? Patreon.com/WHGS. Maddie's almost at 20K. Let's get Maddie T. Wiener on Instagram to 20K. And then today, we talked to longtime fan favorite, hasn't been on in a while, but is back, Shannon Beveridge. You're obsessed with her. You're in love with her. You can't stop thinking about her. You want to wake up next to her. She is your sun. She is your moon. She is back on this podcast. And we had a really lovely, fluid conversation about just how social media changes the way you process a breakup. I talked about it, Shannon talked about it, and then Bree capped the episode off with a funny story as always. But it's absolutely a great conversation to sit and be a fly on the wall. I really enjoyed it. Really great mixing it up for our style on the pod, and I feel like Shannon was so open. It was fantastic. Tell your friends. I don't know. Do something. Give us a nice review. I don't know. Do something. Do something. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Green Chef. Do you not know about Green Chef? They are a meal kit. They are actually the #1 meal kit for eating well, and they are my favorite meal kit because they have tons of options for all different types of dietary restrictions, and if you're queer, you know you need that, and it's sustainable. Go to greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. I have been using Rocket Money for years. It saved me so much money. Actually, it saves the average person up to $720 a year. So stop throwing away your money. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Ashley. That's rocketmoney.com/Ashley. One more time. That's rocketmoney.com/Ashley. What level of stalking per ex am I allowed to do?
I was going to say, at least you have the luxury to choose if you're checking in or not checking in on your exes. I have no choice. They're everywhere. I'm like, I open up my TikTok. I'm like, oh, there she is. And I open up my Instagram. I'm like, oh, there she is. I'm like, okay. I have no choice. It's been my reality for so long that it's just...
You know what? Honestly, I got to check my privilege. I am so sorry, Shannon, that I triggered you. Anyway, we are in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with a lesbian. You all know her. You love her. You're obsessed with her. You have a parasocial relationship with her. It's not healthy.
You think she's super hot. Want to date her.
Yeah, you made super cuts of her. Really weird. You've sent her weird things about how good her hair must smell. You've sent her like DMs about that.
How do you see my DMs?
We have Shannon Beveridge back virtually recording. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
What are you doing? Like, I look at Shannon, I am not well, and I'll tell you why I'm not well in a moment.
I can't wait to know.
Ash invites guests on for like a good excuse to like just trauma dump.
That is kind of what this podcast has become. I just got out of therapy and I was like, unsatisfactory. I need more. But sorry, Leslie, my therapist. But I am unwell, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But you seem like, I gotta say, I don't know if it's the social media of it all, but you seem so successful to me.
I think it's the social media of it all.
You're
but
just,
yeah.
you're on camera. You look hot. You have hot people around you. You look like you're
True.
having a good time in the sun. What are you doing? Because I am doing so much, and I'm also not looking hot with hot people around me in the sun. So I need to shift my life around so that I have it be more like your life.
Well, I think you just need to move to LA, is what you're saying.
True.
It's nice here today, though, but I'm trapped inside.
Yeah. No, I think it's the LA of it all. Everyone just always looks good.
It's like next level.
It's very
like,
stressful. Like we're all held to a standard that we're participating in. Also, is the thing about LA. It's very
Do y'all
stressful.
ever hang out and you're just not like super stylish? Like I want to like see a photo every once in a while where y'all just kind of like the outfits, because even the thrown together outfits are like well thought out and constructed.
Oh, that's so nice. I feel like, I don't know, I live with Zoe, and Zolita, she is always serving, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm still in my pajamas. It's like 4 p.m. I'll wake up sometimes and she's like in full like leather outfit, and I'm like, what's going on here?
In the
She's
morning?
like, no, truly.
Leather in the morning? Leather should not be in the morning.
No, because, well, probably pleather, because she's vegetarian. I can never keep these things straight too. But anyway, no, she like will film TikToks, and she'll get up and get fully ready and like be like on one, or like she's on a podcast and she's dressed to the nines. I'm like, damn. I'm not wearing any underwear right now, and I'm in like my pajama pants. So
Wow, the people are gonna love that.
Yeah, seriously. Actually, that's for the supercut. One of the fans just is snipping that, clipping that together right now. I'm not wearing any underwear.
like I'm not ready. I don't feel like I really am. I don't even feel like I relate to what you guys are saying, but I appreciate it.
Well, it looks like you do. Can we go back to leather in the morning? That takes effort to get on. You've just woken up and you're just squeezing yourself into a sausage casing at 8
You have a little
a.m.
morning dew on you.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that helps.
Me and Zoe are living very different lives in the same house with each other, because she also like gets up early. I don't get up early. She's like, it's 8 a.m. She already went to Pilates. I'm like, whoa.
I can't.
No, I'm so proud of her. I like to live through her.
It is nice having someone adjacent to you that's like that, because then it just feels like maybe you're soaking a little bit of it in.
It also is like a lot of pressure. I'm like, oh my god.
Do you ever try?
Well, I just did Pilates for the first time yesterday.
How'd it go?
I'm sore in the most random. Like, I feel like my uterus is sore. I can't even explain it. Like, I feel like my internal organs are sore somehow. Like,
yeah, that's what you want. You want to feel like your kidney worked out, because like your kidney gets rid of the toxins. Did you feel it in your liver? Because your liver has the chakras and the aura. So you want to work out your liver.
okay, maybe you shouldn't move to LA. I feel like you wouldn't like it.
People would be really mad at me. I'm just too me, like all the time. I never keep anything inside.
You're in New York, right?
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah, I'm very New York. I'm born and raised in New York. That felt rude, Shannon. I'm not gonna lie.
I love New York. It just checks out.
You don't like it?
No, I love it. I love New York. My sister lives in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay,
And
cool.
So I get to live a semi-bi-coastal lifestyle through.
I don't know why I thought this, but immediately I was like, oh, your sister's gay, right? I don't know why I thought that.
No, and
No.
she is married to a man, but she identifies as, I don't really know. We actually like tried to film a podcast together yesterday, and the whole thing didn't get recorded, so 'tis gone. But
that sucks.
terrible. Anyway, she is like predominantly straight.
Predominantly straight.
I love that answer. Everyone's got a sibling or a cousin or, one of those that you go to the family dinner and they're like, I'm also not, I'm predominantly straight, but,
What does that remind me of? Predominantly straight. Anyway, keep going.
No, well, what was interesting is she was like, it's funny because when she was saying that when I came out, it both encouraged and discouraged her to like kind of explore her own queerness, because a part of her felt like she didn't earn it to like be able to, like, I struggled so hard that she was like, so am I able to just be like, I'm kind of queer, but like she felt like she couldn't. And then she'd also
the bisexual plight, the feeling of not being enough.
Well, she's also from a generation that I think had less encouragement in general to explore their sexuality. So
is she much older than you?
She's 36 this year, so older. Like, it's crazy that even that, I don't think 36 is old by any means, but that generation gap is so real. I think that's
How
kind
old
of what,
are you?
like, I'm 31.
I'm 35 and my sister's 31. And my sister's straight, but in personality she's gay. And all she gets and her name is Greer. So in name she's also gay.
Wow.
So I know, if my name were Greer Gavin, don't you think I'd be like 5 times more famous?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like you so much more.
I agree. I would like me more as well. And I feel that if my name were Greer, I'd be getting up at 8 a.m. to do Pilates.
There you go.
I beg her all the time to change names. It's too late now.
Switch.
Yeah.
I think my sister has the better name too, and I'm pissed about that as well.
My sister too. My sister's name is Brooke, which I feel like is a way gayer name, and she's
Brooke is gayer.
Super straight. What's going on here?
I feel like Shannons are like all like aunts. Like, I'm an auntie. That's how I feel.
Right.
But
It's funny. I think the butch lesbians always get like the name Rebecca.
exactly.
And it's the people named Hunter and Riley that are like annoyingly straight.
You're on something for sure. They have something to prove.
I want my kids to be gay, so I think I'll name my firstborn. What's the straightest name that you can think of?
Like Samantha or something.
Samantha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this feels like we've been. Can I just level with you guys? I am under a tremendous amount of stress. What?
I love watching your online spiral. Like, every day I wake up, I go to my Instagram to get shouted at by you on your stories telling me I'm a piece of shit for not joining the text list that I've already joined 12 fucking times.
How do you get to the people that aren't? The thing is, you either really, really know or you don't know at all. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the fucking issue with social media. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Shannon, I'm putting out a comedy special.
That's sick.
It's the greatest accomplishment of my life, and maybe no one will ever watch it. That's the fucking thing that I'm going through. Well, I don't know what you guys know about comedy specials on the internet, but they can go mega viral even if you have like no following. It's like kind of crazy what they do to the algorithm. Like, people with very little followers will still get 1 million views on their special like within a few weeks.
So what are you worried about?
Yeah,
Because
this is all sounding good.
Sometimes, even if you have a following, they don't. Sometimes some people just don't go viral. Why? I cannot figure out. I cannot figure this out, and I'm losing it.
He's fine.
No, it might not be fine.
I feel like you have it figured out.
Yeah,
I haven't figured it out.
You've got it.
Can I tell you the feeling in my bones?
Yeah, give it to us.
Sure.
Because the reason I chose to do this is because all the major comedians. Do you like comedy, Shannon?
I love comedy.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
My friend, my friend Beth, I think is hilarious.
Beth
and
Stelling?
Yeah,
She's great.
she's one of my favorite comedians.
Ash was on the edge of her fucking seat hoping you were going to say her.
You too.
I recorded my comedy special. No, I mean, there were a few wrong answers, but there were many, many more right answers. To who's your
Was
favorite
my
comedian.
answer okay?
Yes,
You approve?
great answer.
Okay.
One of the many
Love it.
right answers. But I recorded my comedy special in the same place that she did, the Den in Chicago.
No way. That's sick. Hers is so funny too. Yeah.
Yes, she's hysterical. I didn't know you guys were friends. That's cool. She doesn't know who I am.
Well, maybe now she will.
Maybe.
I'll tell her to tell people about your special.
Honestly, please God.
Okay. I got you.
Thank you. Otherwise, people are gonna be dead in the streets. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't know what's gonna happen. The thing is, Shannon, I've done all of this online myself, much like you. Mm-hmm. But I chose to do this rather than to sell it because my goal is to build a more mainstream comedy audience for people who want to watch comedians and don't just want to watch a lesbian talk about fingering her girlfriend, which is great. I love fingering my girlfriend and I love telling everyone about it, but it is not the only facet of my personality. I make an
You might be
art.
losing some viewers by saying that you're not going to be talking about fingering your girlfriend in the comedy
There's
special.
plenty of fingering in the special.
Thank you. You brought some people back. See, I saved you there.
Yep. Agreed.
But yes, so I decided to take, rather than take money from a Netflix or an HBO or whatever and potentially get buried within their mountains and mountains of content and who knows how much marketing they would put in, I was like, no, I am going to pay for this myself. I'm going to do it all myself, and I'm going to take the risk to acquire the comedy fans that I really want to, that I know are going to love it. And I told everybody that. I told everybody that I was doing that and that it's coming out on a certain day, and I've built this rocket ship, and I said, I'm going to go to Mars. I'm getting in the rocket ship. I'm going to launch this rocket ship on this day. And now I'm getting inside the rocket ship, and I'm like, holy shit, I just paid for a rocket ship. And I told everybody I was going to blast off into Mars. And now I'm doing it. And I'm like, why? Why didn't I just take someone's money and let no one ever see this thing?
Well,
Why didn't I do that?
But I feel like the answer is so obvious because it's what you've done with everything, and you are already self-made and you've seen the success you can create for yourself. So
Somehow that feels so much better coming from Shannon Beveridge than my therapist or Brienne.
I feel like you're just like the best at promo too. Like you're one of
Am
those
I?
really. You're an anomaly of a creator because so many creators are so creative and then they suck at promo, or they're really good at promo and then they suck at the creative. And you are like somehow both. Like I've never seen someone have a handle on both sides so well.
I don't know.
It's gonna be great.
Completely.
Do
Yeah.
either of you need a pep talk? Because I kind of dominated this.
No, I'm doing fucking amazing. I'm.
Are
feeling
you
great.
really?
No, I'm in shambles as always.
What kind of shambles? Why?
Oh, just, the usual. Just like, you know what the honest truth is? I was doing my taxes yesterday. And if you want to feel fucking dumb, do your taxes.
Brutal.
I cried 3 times. I cried 3 times.
It's brutal.
I can't
It's
even
so
talk
bad.
about it. I can't.
Yeah,
even talk
it's
about
so stressful. I literally
Every
hate
time
it.
the taxes come out, I'm all of a sudden a Republican. I cannot tell you how Republican dad I get around this every quarter now because I pay quarterly. 4 times a year, I'm fully like, the public school system is failing. Why should I give them any money?
I just want them to tell me how much to pay. I don't want to guess anymore. I feel that I have been guessing wrongly for a long time.
Have you been audited?
I have an accountant. She tells me what to guess. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I think you're lying too. I don't think you know what you're saying.
I agree.
I really don't.
I kind of feel that way because every time I pay, I'm like, why am I paying billionaire level? I am not billionaire. Why am I paying so much money? This is so much money.
I'm assuming that all of us are working on, none of us are probably ever getting taxes pulled out by anyone. That's the fucking weird
That's
thing.
the scary thing. Yeah. So then
Wait,
at the end
what?
of the day, you have to backtrack.
We don't work for a corporation who's and we're taking the taxes out for you.
Right, of course.
So we have to make it all up, right? But then I'm like, I'm so jealous of those people because it's so fucking easy for them. They do have someone's like, this is how much.
You want to hear the massive ass fuck that I'm getting? I pay
can't
myself, and then I take the taxes out, and then I pay again. As a personal person, I pay again. My taxes are taken out, and then I pay again, and then in my corporation, I pay again. How am I paying taxes 12 times a year? It's so annoying.
I think that's technically what I'm doing too, but I don't think I'm doing that correctly. They're like, you pay yourself a salary, right? I'm like,
This is the opposite of gay sex, what we're saying right
It's
now.
so confusing to me. And I'm not joking. I'm the kind of person, I'd rather pay twice as much just to have this fucking end and know I'm not going to jail. But
No.
I'm sure I'm going to
Literally.
jail
No,
every time.
I disagree. I want to risk going to jail with the amount of money that I'm paying. Wait,
you guys,
can
I have a finance degree, and I'm like, just take the money you
oh my
want
God,
from
you
me.
were so in the closet. You were so in the closet that you have a finance degree?
Yeah, and my sorority. Yeah, I was like, I'm a finance girly.
Well, wait, is this a funny joke? Because I feel like taxes and lesbian sex are kind of similar. Like,
No.
because no one knows. No.
No, because no one knows what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes, exactly. And yet somehow it all happens.
We all cry after.
We all cry.
This is all checking out, actually. Yeah.
It's true.
All right, well, let's get into the gay sex. Do I have a fucking story? Can you guys tell? Shannon, I'm really sorry. Shannon, this is a successful podcast. Did you know that?
I've been on it, and I succeeded, so yeah.
I got to be honest. You intimidate the fuck out of me. I know you get that from everybody.
No. What? I actually don't get that from many people, I don't think. At least they're not
What?
telling me that.
They're not telling you. They're too scared of you to tell you.
I don't think Shannon's like an
no.
intimidating person. You're very like warm.
You guys are gaslighting me.
Also, I think in person too, I feel everyone can feel that I'm stressed. So I just don't feel that like a stressed person is very intimidating. Like I'm very like, oh my God, hey, how are you? Okay, and I'm going over here, and I feel stressed out, and I feel like people know I'm stressed.
I'm stressed and intimidating because I'm always like, the first thing I'll say to you is, "Are you on my text list?" But for my
have an
comedy
agenda.
special, I do. I have a series. I am starting to feel better though, because something has changed in the air.
Better?
So, in the last 5 minutes, she's like, I'm healed. I'm good.
I guess there's a glimmer of hope. I'll tell you what the glimmer of hope is. Used to be that when I got stopped in the street, people, which happened, fairly often, but it was always the same. What's your name? Do you have you're the lesbian? Oh yeah, what are you doing here? Oh, you have a show here? I did not know that. That's what typically has happened to me.
Right.
But recently, the past few weeks, I've been getting, aren't you Ashley Garvin? Aren't you Chelsea Gavin? Aren't you Ashley Graham? Don't you have
closer.
a show? I'm like, yes, it's getting closer.
yeah, I like that.
I think it's getting better. Okay.
It gets better.
It gets better.
Okay. And the good thing is, like, that's what you get when people see me in public. They're like, oh my God, I used to watch your videos all the time. I'm like, used to.
Yes. Bro.
Okay. But honestly,
Lie
no.
to me.
It's like, to me, it's the irony is like, it's actually such a compliment because I get that means that they're just like out and living their life and don't have to like have this like, just like K-hole on YouTube living through other people. So I'm like,
Yes.
sick. Okay, your life got better. But is mine getting better? Not necessarily.
Well, if you get someone that's like, you're Shannon Beveridge and I will suck your eyeball out of your head, like that person really loves your content. And then you imposter syndrome yourself where you go, well, that's like that person's just a weirdo. You know what I mean?
But I don't really get that person. I feel like I only get I used to watch your videos or people are like, are you Shannon? And I'm like, yeah. And then they'll literally like walk away. I'm like, okay.
They're like, confirmed. Thank you. Goodbye.
You were right. Okie dokie. See you later.
Like they work for a PI and they're just going to go be like, she was on that corner at this time.
Truly, who knows?
My comedy special, my hour-long comedy special is out. It's on my YouTube. Just go over there, watch it. Watching it completely really, really helps. And share with a friend if you like it. Leave a comment. Go watch my special. Get some friends over. Turn it on every phone. Turn it on every computer. Break into your straight neighbor's house. Ruin their algorithm by watching the special. It's 9 years of my work culminated to this point. If you love this podcast, honestly, the special is way funnier. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that. It's just way funnier. It would mean a lot to me if you watched it. It's free. It's on YouTube. But thanks, guys. Thank you for your support. It was made possible by our Patreon, patreon.com/WHGS. But mostly, my fucking special is on YouTube. Go watch it, you piece of shit. Well, let's talk about this because this is something that's been kind of going on in my life. What level of stalking per ex am I allowed to do? And if I see something interesting, what level of excitement / like, holy shit, am I allowed to get? Like, I think I am on.
I feel like I don't know what you're saying, but
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Let me
to
give
figure
you
it
the
out.
example that I This is my gay sex from this week. I've had some gay sex this week. It was great, but no stories. Here's the story. Okay. After I got out, Shannon and I was in a series of serial monogamy. I took like a year off to do some slutting.
Love that.
And
Love
thank you. One of the first people that I hooked up with, I went to college with her. And I had a crush on her in college. And actually, Brie, you might remember this from a previous episode because I mentioned that I had this big fat crush on her in college. She had she had red hair. I'm really like redheads. I'm like super into it. And then she buzzed her head a few weeks into being at college.
Wow.
And I just can't. I'm not into it. I don't like.
You're not into
hair.
it? Really?
No.
I would like immediately get like a raging boner.
Yes, this is exactly what you said last time. But
okay,
then I bumped into her. I bumped into her right around this breakup time that I discussed earlier. And okay, I kind of have to throw her under the bus a little bit here. When we met, oh boy, okay. This also reflects poorly on me. Listener, I have evolved, okay? At this point, things were not great, and I needed to be a slut to figure out who I really was and to get more emotional maturity. There was a major thing between us, and nothing happened, but in my opinion, it was definitely one of those moments at the end of a relationship where you already have a foot out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's shaving her head. She's fucking the college lesbian. Like, I mean, come on.
Well, this is like a decade later.
Oh.
Her hair is
went
back. That's why I'm into her again. The hair grew back.
Yeah.
It took 10 years.
So wait,
she has
what?
my level hair now. 10
Yeah,
years
she
later.
had nice long hair.
So wait. So in college, you had a crush. She shaved her head. You never hooked up then.
Never even really spoke.
Crush is gone.
Crush gone. Exactly, Shannon. Just
Yeah.
like it was like a kind of a biblical Solomon situation. She cut her hair and her power was gone.
Wait, I have to interject. Can I tell you something because it has to do with exes and cutting their hair?
Yes, because you know this story is just floundering. So go. Get in there.
Okay, so last summer, I went to this like summer town in Canada, okay? And while we were there, we met these like lesbians, and you find other lesbians and you're like, let's go for a drink because other lesbians are around us. Yay. So we go for a drink, and after a couple drinks, it comes out that they actually know or have been friends with one of my exes. And this ex, it was like a dramatic breakup. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So I get talking to these two women, and they're like, yeah, we didn't want to bring it up because we heard like how it ended was dramatic. We didn't know how you felt about it. And I was like, oh yeah, it was kind of shitty.
Honestly, really nice of them to not just take their friend's side, because I think dramatic breakups, no one's really at fault. Usually it's just like...
No, she was at fault, Ash. She was at complete...
But do
no,
you?
I'm joking.
But do
I was
you
probably
think that
awful
she
too.
told? But she didn't tell her friends that. She didn't go to her friends being like, "I'm kind of at fault."
This is even worse. Okay, so how it ended is she cheated on me with her other ex. Okay, that's how it actually ended. She told them that she dated me, and the reason I broke up with her is because when we went to Greece together, she cut her hair, which is.
Makes no sense. You love a cut hair.
You're the opposite. You love a cut.
You're like, I love that. Thank you.
I literally loved it so much so then I'm like spiraling at this brewery, right? Because I'm trying to prove to these people that I'm not a psycho that broke up with someone that I had dated for years because of a haircut.
Well, now I understand why the friends were on your side, because that doesn't track. She broke up with me because I cut my hair. It was so dramatic. That doesn't sound dramatic at all. It sounds pretty clear cut to me. No pun
I had
intended.
the receipts too. On my Instagram account, I had posted a video when she got her haircut in Greece being like, look how hot we dated for another 6 months. And then she fucked her ex on Valentine's Day. So anyways.
Bree, why have you never talked about this?
I don't know. You know what? I'm just a box of tricks. I just keep bringing things up. But the hair thing is very triggering to me because I can't believe I've met someone who actually ended things because of the hair.
Move on. Well, I didn't end things with her. I
never even started.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Shannon. And Shannon, you can jump in as often as you want. That's sort of the format. I forgot to say that. But yes, thank you, Shannon. The hair, I did not even speak to this woman. I just had a crush from afar, and then she cut her hair, and my crush ended, and I was sad that she cut her hair. Here's the thing. We then started hooking up after she ended her engagement, and I remember when she was ending her engagement, I said to her, I was like, you listen here. I am slutting, okay?
You listen here.
You sit down, young lady. Taxes are due, and I'm going to teach you how to do them.
The Republicans coming back out.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I was like, not obviously with that tone, but I was very clear. I was like, I am a slut. I know you were in this long-term thing. I would love to, see a little fling happen here, but that is all this is going to be. That it's just going to be a fling.
Okay.
Okay? And the reason I did this is because this is a woman that, likes to get into things. She was engaged. And frankly, I think this girl was looking for an out, if I'm being totally honest, because breaking off an engagement is really, really hard. It's really, really, really hard. And I
think breaking up in general is hard. I think we have a tendency as human beings to have to ruin things because it's harder to just be like, oh wait, I love you. A breakup where you're just like, very few relationships end because of a lack of love, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you end things when you're like, I still love you, but I just know I shouldn't be with you. So it's like, you know what I'll do?
You're so right. Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck that girl from college.
I'm gonna implode from the inside. Yeah, exactly. You're so right, Shannon. That was very insightful. Wait, why am I telling all the details of this? The point is, very quickly after we started hooking up, she found someone. She is now married to that person.
That was quick.
This is what I'm saying. I knew what was going on. I knew this was a U-hauling lesbian out on the highway driving at 90 miles an hour with that thing.
But is she a lesbian or?
She's a lesbian.
Oh, nice. I didn't know for sure. I was still not sure. I didn't know.
I guess I didn't say.
You never said who she was engaged to, so I was like,
I'm pretty sure she identifies totally as as a lesbian. And so then now periodically,
you guys fuck.
No, guys.
No, periodically,
I check the Instagram. Less and less as I got further and further away. But I would say once a month, I check in. I want to know what's happening.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Is that wrong?
No.
I don't think that's wrong. I think that's so normal. Anyone who says they don't, come on.
Wait, what's your relationship status now?
I have a girlfriend. She knows I share all the details of my check-ins.
For sure.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So I checked in the other day. Not only are they married, she's pregnant. I look at it like I'm looking at a different path down another universe, like into an alternate universe where I got trapped.
That's what you see, trapped?
I feel if I give away any more information, people will figure out who this is. But basically, and I check a lot of exes. I check in on my exes. I check in on all my exes.
Okay, so you're doing this ex once a month. Like, what's the rotation? Do you do like an ex a week?
There's another ex who's engaged to my doppelganger. I got to check in on her like once a month, obviously.
Yeah.
And then there's my mega ex, the big one where
the mega,
the mega ex I worry about from a health standpoint. The mega ex, I'm like,
this is
and
deep.
you think she's not worrying about you spiraling in your Instagram stories every day? Like,
no,
the feeling's mutual.
She is a cold-hearted Scorpio. She is never, she does not care. She is me, I don't know. I just, I worry about her a lot. So, but she doesn't really have an online presence. So I can't.
You have to dig deep.
What is a normal amount of connection to your exes? You know what I mean?
I was going to say, at least you have the luxury to choose if you're checking in or not checking in on your exes. I have no choice. They're fucking everywhere. I'm like, I open up my TikTok, I'm like, oh, there she is. And I open up my Instagram, I'm like, oh, there she is. I'm like, okay. I have no fucking choice. They're pushing. True. There's an agenda getting pushed to me left, right, and center. I'm like, oh my God.
That might be how my exes feel.
That is the gay agenda, honestly, right there.
Listener, I'm a picky little gay. I got a dietary restriction. You know that about me. I'm a vegetarian. My girly, pescatarian. If I'm going on a new date, because I'm in an open relationship, I don't know what I'm dealing with. Keto, gluten-free. Well, guess what? There is a meal kit so that no matter who I'm dating, I can cook them up a quick, easy meal. It's homemade by moi. How romantic. That's why I love Green Chef. They've got a diversity of different types of meal plans for you. So no matter who you are or who you're dating, there's something for everybody. It's got tons of different recipes that are changing all the time. They're all so easy to cook and they taste delicious, and you end up looking like a romantic queen or king, whatever you got going on. And it's sustainable. Green Chef is the only meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offset. They offset 100% of their delivery emissions and 100% of the plastic in every box. Plus, nearly all packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most areas of the U.S. Come on, guys. And it's convenient and easy. It shows up at your door. Everything's easy to cook. I'm a terrible cook. I use Green Chef all the time because it is so easy and tastes delicious. Go to greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Listener, if you've been listening a while, you know I'm a big fan of Rocket Money. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever forgotten about a subscription? I know that you have, okay? You're queer and you have ADHD. So you're signing up to watch that new hit queer show on whatever network, and then before those 30 days are over, they cancel it. And then you forget about the subscription, and you realize for 4 years now you've been paying for something you don't even use. Now, I've been using Rocket Money for years, so that doesn't happen to me because I can cancel all of my subscriptions in one place. It even helps me lower my bills. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you are one of them. Rocket Money will quickly and easily find your subscriptions for you, and for any that you don't want to pay for anymore, you just hit cancel and they take care of it. It's that easy. Rocket Money also helps you manage all your finances in one place and automatically categorizes your expenses, so you can easily track your budget in real time and also get alerted if anything looks off. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 a year. And guess what, listener? I am one of those people. I have saved money using Rocket Money. It's great. You gotta try it. Stop throwing away your money. Cancel unwanted subscription and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Ashley. That's rocketmoney.com/Ashley. One more time. That is rocketmoney.com/Ashley.
Shannon, you get like tagged and stuff too. Like it's not just like
so
you
nuts.
run into it.
Stop
That's crazy.
Tagging the exes.
Stop
it.
But it's not going to end. And I've known it it's been my reality for so long that it's just, I don't even think it, like you're saying this and I'm like, oh, she gets to choose.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I got to check my privilege. I am so sorry, Shannon, that I triggered you.
I know I'm the outlier, but I'm just like, to me, it's just so like been a part of my life for, I don't know, at least since my first big breakup. So, I mean, Bree, you went to my ex-girlfriend's wedding.
I was going to say.
Recently. I'm like.
Beautiful wedding.
Beautiful
Wish
wedding.
you could have been there.
I really picked the wrong topic for this episode.
No, it's funny. I think for me, what's interesting about it is, like, to what you're talking about, kind of, is like picking a lane on how much you do or don't like engage with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I mean, a part of me wanted to be like, oh my gosh, like, congrats, like, on your wedding. But then another part of me is like, that's weird. I like,
yeah,
not that it's weird at all. Obviously, I'm like very like happy for them, but I'm like,
but of
why
course,
would I interject? I don't need to be a part of this at all. And
yeah, I think it's also a different level for you because if other like people, just like, you know, regular people in society were to interject and say that
I'm not a regular person in society.
no, not in lesbian culture, you're definitely not, were to interject, it would just kind of like be in passing, like whatever. No one really would notice that Instagram comment. But you know, the second you either liked a photo, commented, like the screenshots, the tags, people would make it about that. So like you have to be that bigger person that's like, I'm just not going to interject at all. But that's got to be a weird place to be.
Just consciously not engaging. But I did see them in real life, by the way, and I obviously was like, congrats on your wedding. But
Right. If you bump into someone, definitely say congrats.
It's the social media aspect of it is so bizarre. I mean, it's bizarre even that like we're both kind of like influencers. I mean, not kind of, I guess, whatever. I don't want to make this whole thing about this, but like,
no, I think we
not
should.
Normal to be able to watch your ex-partner get engaged. Like, I shouldn't be privy to that, but I am.
You're so right.
Because of our life. But like, that's not a normal thing that socially anyone's really
but
had
that's
to,
actually that's true for everyone. I know for you it's going viral, so it's popping up in your feed, but for me, this person that I'm dating, like we are able to see it, and it is not something that people a few years ago were able to do. If you wanted to see the sonogram pictures of your ex's baby,
you would have to break into their house and find it. Yes. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I mean, it's like obviously it's so much of our whole lives right now, but just like we're evolving socially. Like social media is evolving quicker than our brains are obviously evolving, and must be affecting us in some way. Like I feel affected in some way, not necessarily
Totally.
about this story, but just in general. You know, it's like this isn't normal. It's not normal to be able to see those things. It's not normal. I don't know, all of it. It's not normal to be able to be like, how much is a right amount to check in on an ex?
Yes, yeah,
we shouldn't be able to check in on an ex. You should be able to just move on.
Yeah, you should break up, and then it's like never, unless you randomly run into them one time at a like grocery store. But instead, we all know like everything that's going on.
And then we're lesbians on top of that.
Oh,
we already have that. I'm sure socially that's been happening to lesbians forever because they've been running into each other at the one bar we go to.
Yeah.
But like, it's that amplified times a million.
You're right. And it's also
psychotic.
Like the thing, like when you run into an ex at the grocery store, they can choose to withhold information from you. And they're not reaching into their pocket, pulling out the sonogram pictures, being like, oh, yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, here's a photo of me and my current much better looking girlfriend snuggled up on a couch. And then for you, it's like, here's my biggest success. You know, like it's just, it is kind of deranged.
It's fully deranged. It's very odd. And I think I don't know. It's something too, like you have to decide, or how do you know what is the right amount of engagement to have with something too? It's like I'm making it up myself. I've decided this is what I think is right, but it might not even be what they think is right. But it's like, okay, this is what feels good to me, and unless I'm overstepping, that's on you to decide and tell me to create a boundary in some way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which also my engagement is so low, but
we all end up feeling like creeps, even though we're not consenting to the creeping. Like,
I'm consenting.
You know?
I'm going in and searching. I'm
deep diving.
I'm having to hunt these people down. Did I say I was stalking them on Instagram? I was peering through a window.
No, it's true.
Do you feel like, Shannon, because you've obviously had public relationships before, and like I feel like your current relationship is public as well, obviously. Do you feel like that you even have a chance anymore to decide to make a relationship not public?
Well, yeah, I think I talked about this actually maybe last time I did this podcast, but that like I felt like my first relationship was so public, then I like overcorrected. I feel like with my second relationship, I was like just never gonna say I have a girlfriend, but it was pretty obvious that I had a girlfriend, but like the amount that we shared was, you didn't really know that much, and then that also was terrible. And so then with this relationship, I was trying to do something kind of more in the middle of it. Yeah. But then there was some controversy that made it very, very public that I was just like, okay, well, now it's like everyone knows she's my girlfriend. And it's almost like I felt like it kind of, the choice of it got taken away from me. But then I'm like, okay, well, I've done it before. Here we go again.
Well, don't you think...
Buckle up.
I think it's also, it depends on who you are, and it's almost like no escaping it. Like before I was complaining that, oh, no one wants to watch my comedy. Everyone just wants to hear about me fingering my girlfriend. But that is actually not totally true because everyone found me through my stand-up comedy, period. No one found me from any other type of content but comedy because I don't make any other type of content but comedy. But for you, like, your craft is really very much about existing as a form of representation, role model, you know, like however you want to define the terms. I'm not a super expert about what you do.
Me neither.
But like that, your relationship is somewhat inseparable from your online presence. Like whether you choose to have it or not, because you have fans that they want to they want to know fucking know. They want to fucking know, you know?
Well, yeah, for sure. I think the thing too that was kind of hard for me in my like second relationship was keeping it so private. I felt like I was almost like lying, but it wasn't like a lie. I just felt like I couldn't, it was so much, I felt so censored because that was like a big part of my life at the time and I wasn't talking about it. So it made what I did or what I do like more difficult. And then trying to figure out, I don't know. I think what I've realized now at this point, it's not just because I'm like less popular now. Like I feel less like relevant in some ways, but like it's more that there's so many more role models now. Like when I was in my first relationship, we were like some of the first people who you could like be like, oh, I ship that and they're really together and like we can make a compilation video of them kissing because they kiss each other, because it was like videos of me and that ex next to like videos of fucking fake ship relationships where they never touched each other, you know? I can't think of a good example right now, but
you're so right,
some WLW that wasn't real. And it's like obviously people were super stoked because they're like, oh my god, look at these girls and they're in a relationship. We just were like some of the first people. We were definitely not the first lesbians by any means, but we were.
No, I think that's what I heard. You're the first lesbians.
Yeah, we were the first ever.
Yeah, that you let people into that world. Like that
and it was really important.
Yeah,
for so many people.
Yeah, but so my point being, I feel like when we broke up, oh my gosh, devastation. People were like, I felt like I broke up with 500,000 people. I was like, it's just, and then I was also going through my very first ever breakup like that. So it was like horrible and obviously led to the overcorrection. But today I'm like in the relationship I'm in now, we obviously don't have like a channel where we're like so much talking about our relationship. But not only that, there's so many relationships. There's so many like people to be invested in and excited for, and like if you were to break up, it would just be more of like then they broke up, like it so much less investment in my pressure. Relationship because there's so many more people to look up to, and it's like obviously such a positive for me too. I'm like stoked. I'm like, okay, you know, that whole fucking like, if they break up, love isn't real. Like that was so
that was
so big, and it still kind of is, but like way less intensely.
Wait, can someone? I'm a bad lesbian. If they break up, love isn't real. Like people were saying that about you specifically, or that's just kind of things that people say.
Like
online?
they're the like epitome, like they're like the top tier of love. So if they break up, then love doesn't exist. Everyone would comment
it's a
that.
thing. It's like it's on social media in general, and like I'm sure. I know like a big one was like Jesse Rutherford and Devin Carlson or whatever. So it's straight people too, is what I'm saying.
I don't even know who these people are. Can you imagine? Wait, who cares about straight couples content? Like, why is that? That to me is so weird. You have, because Shannon, to your point, I posted about my relationship. People were really, really excited about it. But one of the nicer comments that I got although this ages me significantly. Someone was like, it's really nice to just have a couple to look up to because there are so few, partially due to the AIDS epidemic, there are so few older couples to look up to. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
and I'm 35. My girlfriend's fucking 27. I can't believe that we're being classified as an older couple to look up to.
That's what the internet does, though. They're like, it's so nice to see an elderly queer woman couple on screen.
It's so nice to see a geriatric lesbian and a middle-aged bisexual in love.
Oh, it's so real. No, I recently said I was like 30 in a TikTok, and people were like, "You're 30." I was like, "Yeah, don't you feel like you've been seeing me for a while? I've been around." Like, you think I'm not getting older?
Yeah, you're frozen in time. Oh, shit.
This was like a very easy flow of, I didn't even ask you if you had gay sex this week, and we kind of got into the the topic. But I don't know. Do you want to share a gay sex story, a quickie?
Well, I didn't have any gay sex this week because periods collided in the worst case scenario of like, not that you can't have sex on your period, not saying that, but we just were like, she got her period and then I got my period. And I'm like, ugh, I feel like
when
shit.
the day 1 and day 2, where it's like day 1, day 2, day 1, day 2, that is a really rough 4 days.
Terrible.
I like period sex though.
Nice.
I just have such a heavy flow that if I had period sex, like the cleanup, it would be a Dexter scene. It's just too much.
That's so you that you have a heavy flow.
I definitely don't mind period sex, but also I just feel bad. Like, I don't feel hot. That's my thing.
Right.
When I'm on my period, I'm like, ew, I feel gross. And I feel like Becky kind of feels the same way. So we just are like, let's just not do it this week.
For me, feeling hot is I never feel hot.
That cannot be true. You
No,
cannot never feel hot.
I feel
Come
like
on.
hot in an outfit.
Yeah.
I'll feel like, but like for me going into sex, like my body feeling bloated or whatever, those maybe I'm an inconsiderate partner, but like that's not a concern. Like to me, she is always hot. To me, she's always hot, so I'm always ready to go. But for
Right.
her, she likes to feel hot, which
Right.
I think is interesting. Bree, do you need to feel hot?
I feel like I consistently feel pretty hot.
Whoa. Love that.
I feel
Wait,
like
maybe I just always feel hot. I never thought of that.
Yeah, maybe you're just at a consistent feeling of hotness, so you're confusing that for like not like just always being there. I don't know. It's not that I always feel like, oh my God, I'm the hottest person ever. But I don't think that there's many times where I'm like, I don't feel like much of a fluctuation. I feel like I'm fairly consistent with my feelings of hotness about myself.
I feel that. I mean, pretty much like wear a uniform of jeans and a t-shirt also. So I'm like, it can't get much different
That's
than
what I
this.
mean. Like, it's not like I'm all of a sudden one day like pulling out like a 5-piece lingerie set, you know?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
just like, I'm kind of just always like right at like I'm just naked. It's just me. It is what it
That's
is.
so funny because I'll put on a backwards baseball hat for the 3rd day in a row and be like, okay, it really hits today.
Literally.
This really hits
Sometimes
today.
it does hit different.
I'm with you. I'm like, this hat looked better today than yesterday. For
You
sure.
look so good.
That's so nice.
Like your hat's super cool. This is why people find you intimidating. But maybe it's just me, because you always look really great.
That's so nice.
That's true.
I definitely don't always feel hot though. Back to the point of it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do also feel that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of stay similar. I think it's more of like a mindset than like what I actually feel like I look like.
Hotness is a mindset.
Yeah.
Very LA.
Exactly.
You got to work out your brain in Pilates to get hot.
Exactly. No, but for me, I feel like, and I think it's also for a lot of women, just sex to me, also, I'm like, I need to feel like my relationship is like really solid, or I don't want to have sex. Like if there's any kind of like a little thing that kind of happened, I feel less inclined to want to have sex versus I think there's something about it. I forget what it is, but it's like when you feel turned on is different. I don't know.
No, you're so right.
I feel the same way. I don't know what it is. Like I've never been the person when they say like, oh, like fight sex, you know, when like partners like are in a fight and they have like really hot sex. I cannot relate to that at all. And I feel like Ash, you are that person though.
Okay, well, Jen and I don't really fight, so I can't speak from currently, but when I was in one of my monogamous serial monogamy relationships, I mean, I'm total opposites. One girl, the sex was the thing that was keeping the relationship alive. Like, we would fight so much and then have such hot sex after the fight. But then I think this other woman that I dated was the opposite. She was like more like you guys, where if we were in conflict, she couldn't.
Yeah, like, don't touch me.
Yeah, no makeup sex. Like, she's the type of person where if she was crying, like, all I wanted to do was hug her. And she was like, no, do not fucking hug me while I'm crying. Like, I am processing. I can't be touched right now. So I would just stand there being like, I am so sad that you're sad about, and it didn't matter what it was about, whether it was a fight or something external going on in her life. I would just, please, I want to help so badly. But
you can't. Yeah. I was just going to say, I feel like I have like more like makeup sex than fight sex. Like if you're like having like an emotional buildup and then you have like I'm just such a fucking Pisces or something. Then you like have like a sit down chat where you like get it all out there. Then I'm like, and now
then you're connected.
Sex. But it's not like fight sex. It's almost like sweet sex because you're like, oh, and I love you again. Everything is
totally
right in the world, and we've figured out. Like, I think I just need things to be like kind of copacetic. Like if things feel like a little bit not, then I'm kind of like I'm annoyed.
This is
and I don't
so
really
Pisces,
want to have sex,
which I love.
I don't know anything about the signs, so I'm just gonna take your guys' word for it.
Okay, you're the one who was throwing out Scorpio.
Yeah,
earlier.
you're right, but that's kind of how she would describe herself, I think. Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those two things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit. Bree, did you have gay sex this week?
Yeah, I did, but I want to talk about a time I went on a date with someone who is a very like star sign lesbian, and like one of those ones that like I would say I believe in astrology, but I'm not practicing. Like, I'm not going to like astrology meetings on Sundays. You know what I mean?
Your family was astrologist and you grew up learning about it, but you're not you're not checking the column every week now.
I'm adjacent. Like, I like to pick and choose, and I'm honest about that. It's the same with tarot readings. Like, when they come up on my TikTok or on YouTube, I will watch them. If I don't like them in the first 5 minutes, I'm clicking off and I'm going to the next one. But if I'm liking what I'm hearing, I'm staying. So I'm the same with astrology. Like, if it fits, it fits. And if it doesn't, I'm on to the next. So if it works for me, it works for me. I was on this date, and there's this girl was like so obsessed with it. Like, the whole time she was talking about it. And then it came to talking about sex, and she was like, okay, I know exactly what you like in the bedroom because of your like chart or whatever. And I was so fascinated by this. She went over it. It was thorough. And I'm a Sagittarius, and she said because of that, which I have no idea if this is like real or not, she said because of that I like to be groomed. And I was like, what is that? Like, what do you mean? Because I'm thinking like grooming. Like, I'm thinking of it as a negative context. And she's like, no. Like, you like when people like shave you. You like when people like shampoo your hair.
Who's doing that in sex? They're like, wait, let's just take a break. I'm going to wash your hair.
I have interviewed 200 people almost about their sex lives. Not one person has ever been like, my partner needs to grab a bar of soap and get to my pits because that's what gets me going.
Did it sound intriguing to you? Were you like, wait, wash my hair?
Yeah, like I've never, it's not that it was like, I was like, that is spot on. That's what I've been waiting for. Like I've been waiting for someone who wants to be my esthetician. Let's go. I was not that, but I was like, I'm also not against that idea. Like that sounds like nice.
Well, that explains why I get so wet when they're doing my shampoo when I get my hair cut.
Oh my God. If your hairstylist is listening.
That's why I start sliding off the chair.
No.
It is the most sensual massage of your life, getting your head massaged.
I mean, I love getting my
it.
hair washed. It has never brought out that feeling in me. Listener, write in. When you get your hair washed, when you're getting a cut, what happens? Yeah.
You're getting horny. I'm getting horny. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's the Sagittarius in me.
Wait, are you getting horny?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm getting real horny if someone's massaging my head.
Are you okay? Massaging your head.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
You thought you meant like right now, like just talking about it.
No, I meant like when you get your hair cut.
Are you getting horny?
We have not reached that level. We have not reached that level of lack of content.
Ash is just checking in. Bree, are you getting horny right now?
Oh my God.
So I found that to be like really fascinating because I was like, I wonder if there's like some book that has to do with astrological signs. I never looked anything up about it. I just went with it. I was like, sure, that sounds fine. But yeah.
Have you since tried any of it?
Yeah, we did the thing. We did she shaved me.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
You're fully lying.
This is the best part. How could you possibly leave this out?
What?
I said that at the beginning. I started with this.
You didn't say she shaved you.
No, you did not. Where did she shave
Sure
you?
didn't say that. I would remember that. You mentioned that was the thing that you would be into, but you didn't say that then she succeeded in doing it. What if it's just like her freaky kink and she just tells everyone that? she's like, I actually fucking love shaving people, so I'm going to tell everyone.
That's actually a great way if you're into kinkier stuff to kind of drop it. Look, this is not for me, but your chart says.
That's so true. To toss it up to see what the reaction might be. Like, just like, hey, like based on the fact that you're a Pisces, I think you like to get peed on.
And then you're like, and I can make that dream come true for you. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll try it.
Listen, I don't want to do it, but the chart's the chart, okay? This is destiny. The stars have aligned.
It's in the stars, written in the
Guys,
stars.
I think we're on to something.
Wait, but Bree, she shaved you?
Yeah, my legs.
It's okay. No matter where you don't have to tell us. Now, as she's shaving your legs,
Yeah, what?
are you into it?
Yeah, it felt nice. It felt intimate.
Yeah, the intimacy. I bet it's the intimacy because I like intimacy. I'm going to try it.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna try it. It's I think honestly, and I don't even think that's like I don't even think that's that kinky, but I think it's just something that you probably wouldn't ask someone to do, which is why it felt so intimate, because usually you come prepared, right? Like you're already there.
It's also kinky because she said, I know what you like in the bedroom. To be shaved. So it's like, that's not just
true.
a form of like, let me do this sweet thing that you kind of might enjoy. It's literally like, I'm going to do this so we can fuck. Because you're going to like it. You're going to love this thing.
Shaving in and of itself is not the...
No, it's not kinky. It's only kinky because she said.
I've yet to figure out if this is because I'm a Sagittarius that I was into it, or if it was something else.
Well, Jen is a Sagittarius. Jen is a Sagittarius, my girlfriend. So I'm going to shave her.
You need to shave her.
I'm going to shave her.
But don't shave her head, because then you won't be interested
No,
in her anymore.
can't shave the head.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
Keep it to the legs.
She's not here tonight. When am I going to shave her? I'll shave her before the next time we
shave her.
I gotta find time to shave my girl before the next.
You gotta give her some some lead up. Like tell her not to shave. Be like, come Harry.
Yeah. You're right. Let me text her and be like, hey, don't shave your legs for a minute.
Keep them growing.
Keep going.
That is too funny.
Jen, definitely play this out loud if you're near anybody. I'm going to need you to not shave your legs for a few days. Thank you. Love you.
I love
Perfect.
that.
Well, that was great. That was great, Gay Sex Brie.
Yeah.
That was great.
No, thank you for doing. What are you working on that you can tell? Because I know you're like shifting. Like the last time we spoke, you were more in like directing and cinematography type stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
I think I'm always shifting, just shifting, trying to figure it out. I talked to, I'm friends with like Rose and Rosie. Y'all know them?
Oh yes, we should have them actually. Why haven't we had them?
You definitely should. They're hilarious. But
Yeah.
they crack me up. They'll like voice memo me and be like, so like, what are you doing? Like, how are you like living in LA? I'm like, oh, I don't know either, honestly. I got to shift into something more concrete soon is basically what I'm saying. I'm still doing that stuff. I have a short film that I directed that is still in post-production, the longest post-production of any short film ever. It's at this point, it should be a feature film for how long it's taking. And yeah, mostly that is what I'm working on. Would
Awesome.
love to do more. Love doing stuff behind the camera for sure.
You're so good at it. Like you're so talented. It's actually nuts.
That's so nice. I'm just so sick of talking about myself, and that's the struggle, you know.
You should shoot a comedy special.
Oh my god. Next on my agenda.
Yeah. Bree, what are you working on?
I'm working on a few things. I'm still working on my film. I haven't started anything with it. I'm about to be locked on the script that I've changed a bazillion times due to money and constraints, and then deciding I didn't care about those
Wait, I want to
constraints
punch
and
it up. I
going
want to do punch up writing for you.
I would love that. Once it gets to that point, I will absolutely send it over.
Once it's ready to be punched.
Once it's ready to be punched up. But yeah, I mean, I think anyone who's done anything knows that everything takes way fucking longer than you think it's going to take. I, went into it like guns blazing, and then it's just been like one thing after another where it extends the time, which is cool. I want it to be done right. So I'm just now in the mindset that I'm just going to roll with it, and it's going to be done when it's done.
All the more time to get onto Brienne's email list and text alert to find out when it comes out.
Exactly. I would absolutely love that, because the hope right now is that it will come out in September, and I need y'all to join my text list and my newsletter, which is linked in my bios at Brianne Williamson everywhere. Thank you. Love you.
Shannon, what are your handles so that people can keep up with what you're doing when you decide to do what you're going to do?
That's so dark. At Now This Is Living on everything. You can find me everywhere, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know me, you guys. Please, go to YouTube. If you are on YouTube, you are on YouTube. Now, just scroll up 2 inches and click on my little profile or whatever and go watch my special. Okay? All right? Okay, listener, my cat knocked over a glass off of my desk. So the gay, and last week my gay thought was a lot of emotional labor. So today we're doing more gay ASMR. Here's the sound of the glass on the floor that my cat knocked, and here's my cat. Fulty. Did I get that? No, Fulty, stay away from the glass. Fulton! Fulton! Do it again. Fulty! Psst, psst. I hope that picked up. Here's the sound of the clinking glass. Gay ASMR. Patreon.com/WHGS. Come on, guys. Come on.